And so this video begins in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Look out! And I pulled over because, I don't know if you can see it, it's snowing. You see it on the screen? Look at that, and look out there. That, my friends, is Lookout Mountain. I have always wanted to go to the top of Lookout Mountain. And today it's finally going down. Here it's 30 degrees on this January the 15th. And now we come to the St. Elmo neighborhood of Chattanooga. Today I am taking America's steepest incline train, the Incline Railway, to the top of Lookout Mountain. Paid for parking over here, $4 for 3 hours. This is the official Incline Railway parking lot. Use my Park mobile app, made it easier. Only $4, not too bad. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time. I am Tampa J. It's good to see you there. Thanks for clicking on the video. Today, I am doing something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to take this train to the top of Lookout Mountain. I've been to Ruby Falls. Never been to Lookout Mountain, never driven up there, always wanted to save it for a special occasion. And now that I live in Tennessee, only 2 hours from here, just a 2-hour drive, today on this cold, snowy day in January, it's going down. I want to thank you. I'm not just looking forward to the view up there, I'm looking forward to the Civil War history. I've always been fascinated with the Civil War, and I want to check out the battlefield of Lookout Mountain and all the history up there. So that's going to be part of the video. It's going to be my journey to the top. This is America's steepest incline railway. Also, the sign says America's most amazing mile, a mile to the top. That is amazing, just to say it. Look at that. You can kind of see it right there. The gap in the train station at the top of the mountain. Over here, we walk out of the parking lot. There's an entrance. You might remember I was out here 15 days ago and I was trying to find the moon pie store. It wasn't open. That was actually January 1st. That was New Year's Day. We're gonna walk over there, maybe pop inside that moon pie store if it's open today, and then we'll take the train to the top of the mountain. That's gonna be the video. I hope you enjoy it. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. And again, I can't thank you enough for being here. Thank you. There's much ahead. Look out, we're coming. All right, guys, as I'm walking over to the easy access, the stair step down to the ticket booth and where you enter the train is taking off right now. Look out. Let's get a little close, as close as we can. Also, I got my gloves, went back to the car. Ooh, it's chilly. Wow, I think there's like 2 people on that one right there. Just missed it. That's all right. Incredible. I've done one incline. Actually, I think I've done 2. I did one in Ecuador and I did one in Pittsburgh. Okay, it's not busy. Look at this. All right. There is a ramp over here. ADA accessible, ADA parking, just so you know, just in case you were wondering. Okay, so the Mercantile is the moon pie shop I was talking about. Have to go out there on St. Elmo Road. I am right here. Check this out. This is the railway, and right here is the ticket booth where you purchase your ticket. It looks like round trip is $22, child 10, one-way trip. Ooh, you can take a one-way trip. $15, child 7. Also, they have an unlimited rides pass. Look at that, $75. All right, that was easy as 1, 2, 3, $22 even. Awesome. They said to follow the little painted train track all the way down and around to the waiting area. So it's 11:05. The next train comes at 11:30. So I'm gonna jump off track here, go out and see if the Mercantile, aka the moon pie store, is open. I remember showing Mr. T's 15 days ago. I pity the fool that don't like my pizza and ice cream. That's pretty neat. Guys, it's open. Look at this. I see the light on. St. Elmo Mercantile, aka the unofficial official moon pie general store. Oh yeah, moon pie's in the window. That's a cool tin. Look at that. He's roasting. Ooh, don't get too close to that fire. All right, it's a pretty cool store. A lot of merchandise, a lot of souvenirs, even a big stuffed beagle like my Beagle Bella. I'm gonna grab a moon pie and a RC Cola. All right, I did not know that they have a peach cobbler flavored moon pie made right here in Chattanooga. I'm gonna go with a peach cobbler for the first time. Plenty of RC. Yeah, Royal Crown, baby. A lot of moon pie mugs, of course. Also, they got this displayer in the center of the store. Moon pie scented candles. How about that? All right, guys, look out. Breakfast of Champions, RC Cola and a moon pie with the Lookout Mountain train in the background. Man, that's good. I haven't had an RC Cola in a long time. I'm gonna finish this up. Got about 20 minutes till departure. All right, I guess it took off. Okay. Maybe it has to go pick someone up. I still have almost 15 minutes until my scheduled time. As I'm waiting for the train to come back down the mountain, I walked up here. They do have public restrooms, also a photo opportunity. Nice little backdrop here. Get ready, smile. And here it comes back right on time. Wonder how long it takes to get to the top of the mountain. 1 mile. Awesome. Looks like there's a couple people in here. No food or drink allowed in the incline car. Glad I finished my cola and my peach moon pie. The peach moon pie was pretty tasty, by the way. All right, guys, look at this. I currently have the train all to myself. The conductor or the engineer will be back shortly. I didn't realize the top is glass. Look at that. Awesome. Take a screenshot, make it last longer. It's a cool picture. All right, now decisions. Where do I sit? I'm gonna assume that towards the front and maybe to the left a little bit. What do you think? To the right or to the back? All right, I decided to sit in the 4th row here on the left side. I think I'll be able to see a little bit up the mountain this way and a little bit down the mountain this way. And we are inclined. We are leaning back quite a bit, not level. If I turn the camera this way, does that look level? You can definitely tell it's not level by the building outside. Also, there's a gift shop down here. We'll check that out once we come down the mountain.
Welcome aboard the Lookout Mountain Incline Railway, the world's steepest passenger railway.
Look at that.
America's most amazing mile. Our incline car will travel nearly 1 mile straight up the face of Lookout Mountain at a speed of 600 feet per minute, reaching an altitude of 2,100 feet above sea level. The car in which you are riding was installed in March 2020. Each car is steel and was especially built for the incline at an 18-degree angle. Each car is 42 feet long and weighs 12 tons. Two 1.25-inch wheels carry the incline cars up
Cool houses.
You should feel more comfortable about your ride, knowing that the cables are of the combined strength of 142 tons. The cables are fastened under one car, wound around huge drums in the machine room at the top of the mountain, and connected underneath the other car, so that the cars act as 2 weights on a pulley. When one car comes up, the other car comes down. The entire cable system is changed every 3 years. Other safety features are an Otis elevator safety governor, which automatically locks the cars down if they go above a speed of 10 miles per hour. A giant automatic brake in the incline railway's machine room will lock down the cars in the case of a power failure. And there are manual brakes which can be used by the operators as well. In recognition of the incline railway's historically significant role in unique mechanical design
kinds of stuff.
To the top of the mountain, made of ice and snow, which is luckily not too often. The incline has also been used to hold freight, mail, and school children. As the incline is the fastest mode of transportation up and down the mountain, it has also helped mothers get to the hospital on time. There have also been several weddings aboard the incline while the cars climb the mountain. As the incline climbs historic Lookout Mountain, it will travel through the cities of Chattanooga and Lookout Mountain, as well as Hamilton County and the Chickamauga and Chattanooga National Military Battlefield. Traveling up the mountain, you'll notice the temperature is cooler, since there is an approximate
You can see the Food City grocery store down there.
Chattanooga Valley Lookout Mountain stations. The grade of the track at the steepest point near the top is 72.7%, giving the incline the unique distinction of being the steepest passenger railway in the
Big
world.
rock out there.
When we reach the top, visit our observation decks, the highest observation points on Lookout Mountain, for a breathtaking view of the Chattanooga Valley. On a clear day, you can see 6 states.
Here comes the
For
other
those
one.
of you who enjoy history, plan to visit Point Park, located 3 blocks.
I didn't
from
realize there was
Lookout
2.
Mountain Station. Point Park is part of the Chickamauga and Chattanooga National Military Park, the nation's oldest and largest of its kind. The Civil War Battle above the Clouds was fought in part at the park's current site in November 1863. The battle took place on a day so rainy, misty, and foggy that many times the soldiers had to withhold their rifle fire for fear of hitting friend rather than foe. Thus, it was named
This is
the Battle
awesome.
above the Clouds. Another problem in defending the mountain, as the soldiers lowered their cannons to fire on the troops coming up from the mountain below, the cannonball would roll out of the cannon barrel. When General Grant was on Lookout Mountain in 1863, it took him nearly 4 hours over very rough roads to reach the top. But as every visitor to the Point Park area
Look at that.
discovers, it's worth the effort.
Under a bridge.
Today, the incline railway takes you almost a mile straight up Lookout Mountain in about 10 minutes. At Point Park, you too can marvel at the view that General Grant saw in the Tennessee River Valley, 1,500 feet below. For
That's
more
cool. Look at that
details
store.
of Civil War history, be sure to visit the Point Park Visitor Center and Battles for Chattanooga Electric Map Museum. We hope you enjoyed your ride on the incline. When you reach the Lookout Mountain Station, take your time and enjoy shopping, the observation decks, machine room, and the incline centennial photo history exhibit. On behalf of all Carnet employees, we hope you have a nice visit on historic Lookout Mountain. If there's anything we can do to make your visit with us more special, please don't hesitate to ask us.
Alright, that was like 6 minutes. And we barely began. We're about to hit the steepest part of the incline. Whoa. Check it out. Oh yeah, it's starting to get steeper. Also, we're right next to the power lines. Ooh. Look at this view. Road down here. Now we're getting really steep. Whoa. Almost can see the top. Enjoying the climb? Give the video a thumbs up. Amazing. You see the mountains way out there. Way out there. Whatever you do, don't look down. Oh, rock. Okay. Whoa! Really steep right now. Check out the rock here. Almost there. Wow. Alright, this is fun. Almost there. Cool. Looks like they have an observation tower.
All right, folks, please remain seated. await
Oh my gosh.
Trains leaving out here at the top and bottom every hour, better than half hour. You can stay here as long as you like. Last train now is until 5:40 this evening. Here at the top station, you have 2 observation decks above us, a machine room in the basement to your left, as well as gift shop and concession area. Careful what you get in the concession area. Food and drinks are not allowed on the trains.
All right, 10 minutes to the top. Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Exactly 10 minutes. All right, I have to catch my breath coming up the train there, climbing up steps. Look at the view up here. We've got in and out here, just came out. We got to go in later to get off, or the car might come up this way. Observation up top here, I think we'll do that first. There's also a gift shop and some food up here. We'll check that out. Whew, out of breath. Level 1 of observation. Wow. Wow, incredible. Now I know why they call it Lookout Mountain. Downtown Chattanooga over there, Tennessee River. And if you look over there, I believe that's Georgia. This is one heck of a view. Look, this is where we just came up. Oh my lordy. Wow, you do not want to drop anything, especially yourself. Wow. Beautiful day. And it looks like the upper observation deck is closed, perhaps because of the wind. It is kind of windy today, so won't be going up there, but not complaining because this is pretty spectacular, this view right here. And down there is one of the iconic Rock City Red Barn birdhouses right there on that cliff. I look forward to doing that. That's high up there on my list. It is just around the corner. See Rock City. I've seen the signs all my life. I've never seen it. All right, into the gift shop. Oop, it's a push. Oh, nice fudge kitchen. Saw a big clock here in the middle of the gift shop, and some historic photos through the years. Looks like it begins up here in 1907. That's much different. 1916. And looky here, 1936, 1955. Oh wow, there's the Moon Pie General Store. Right there, the Mercantile. Pretty cool. And then up here, way back in 1895, 1911. Cars look much different, didn't they? 1942. 1949, the world's steepest and safest incline. That's cool. 1966, and look, this was the year I was born. 1987. I know what someone said in their mind. Why is it not still the safest incline? Uh-oh. Incline Cafe. Looks like they got pizza, they got hot dogs, chili dogs, drinks. They got a nice area over here to sit. A lot of merchandise. Incline Railway, the t-shirt. Check this out. It's a little car. Lookout Mountain Incline Railway car. Okay, right here. Battles for Chattanooga. Point Park, 3 blocks this way. We'll be back. All right, let's go check out this battlefield. Looks like we're going to be walking through a neighborhood. Nice house. Oh man. They're Miami fans. Go Hoosiers. Heck of a view just walking down the sidewalk. Look. Wow. And there's a sign over here. If you take a left, it takes you to Ruby Falls and Rock City. Again, not too far. This is a nice little walk. I can see the entrance. Oh yeah. It's very quiet up here. Check this out. The entrance to Point Park straight ahead. Okay, something going on here. I see some Civil War history and some cannons. Soldier tourists. Both the Confederate and the Union soldiers fought in and around Chattanooga were struck by the region's scenic beauty During the Union Army's occupation of Chattanooga, November 1863 to summer 1865, countless men hiked up Lookout Mountain to gaze out over surrounding countryside. And take a screenshot and make it last longer. I just noticed that this is Ulysses S. Grant, General Ulysses S. Grant, and 18th President of the United States, looking out at some of his men here at Lookout Mountain. Incredible picture. And just before Point Park, there is a National Park Service office right here. Looks like it's open. Yeah, okay. Restrooms in there too. Okay, we'll pop in there on the way out. Pretty immaculate entrance. Look at that stone. Point Park. Pay fees here. So yeah, we do have to pay to go into the park. That's fine. I expected that. Look back at the way we came. Chickamauga and Chattanooga National Military Park. And we walk beneath the archway. It's a cool bird up there. Pay fees here. Okay, looks like they looks like $10 per person, and it looks like they have a little kiosk. There might be someone in there taking admission. All right, guys, so I'm in. There was a park ranger inside. Paid for my ticket, got my receipt. The sun is coming out right now. That feels great. Don't forget it is really cold out here right now in the 20s. This is a nice park. A lot of history to read along the way. The Battle for Chattanooga, 1863. The city of Chattanooga, with its railroads and riverboats, was a vital transportation center during the Civil War. Both armies recognized its importance. So the Battle of Chickamauga was September 18th through 20th, 1863. Looks like the siege was September 22nd to November 23rd. Union Army reinforced late October. Battle of Orchard Knob, November 23rd. And Battle of Lookout Mountain, November 24th. And then Battle of Missionary Ridge, November 25th. So 3 battles, 3 days. And here's a map of Point Park and a little bit of history. Looks like we are right here, so it's a little bit of a walk past the New York Peace Monument. There's a few overlooks along the way, and then Ochs overlook out on the point of Lookout Mountain. Here's a picture of the structure that was built in 1940. Says it's about a 5-minute walk from here. And here's a picture of the construction of the entrance we just walked through. There's a couple monuments and a lot of signs to read right here, including a monument to the Illinois 56th Infantry. I need glasses. That's 96th Infantry, 2nd Brigade, 1st Division, 4th Corps, November 25th, 1863. That would be the Battle of Lookout Mountain. And look out. Wow. Look at that view, dude. Take a screenshot. It will last longer. This is the Union casualties from November 23rd to November 27th. And then over here is the Confederate casualties. It looks like there was more Confederates, 6,666, and Union 5,824 casualties. So we pass the cannons. Check it out. Wow. Oh my glory. What a view. Holy cow. Look at that ledge. Downtown Chattanooga. I think I can see where they make the moon pies from here. Creeping up on this ledge. Whoa, you don't want to fall there. Wow. Look out. It's Lookout Mountain. I've always wanted to come up here. This is really neat. You can see the bottom of the railroad. I can see the parking lot way down there. It looks so tiny. Oh my gosh, I can see my car. Incredible. Yeah, I can see why they wanted to be placed up here. You can see everything. Everything. All right, so right there, you can kind of see it. That is the Chattanooga Bakery. That is where they make the moon pies. I only know because I was there 15 days ago when I first came over to these parts. Oh man, it's so cold. Imagine cannon fire, rifle fire. through the leafless trees here in the winter. The monument is majestic. Look at that. Pretty. Confederate troops in the Battle of Lookout Mountain. Major General Carter L. Stevenson's commanding. Looks like all the way around there's going to be plaques. And then up there in the rotunda, we can walk up there. I've got the park all to myself right now. On November 23rd, 1863, Major General Hooker Creek and at, oh wait, it continues this way. Major General Hooker was directed to make a demonstration early the following morning on the point of Lookout Mountain with the troops in Lookout Valley under his command, aggregating 9,680. It's cold. I'm getting really cold. It's also snowing. That wind's cold. Geary's division started at 8 a.m. cross Lookout Creek at Lights Dam and moving by the flank. So it's going through the whole story of the battle. Yeah, New York. Here's the train. Wow. Yeah, we were out on a point. So cold. Union troops in Battle of Lookout Mountain. So here's the Union plaque. 2nd Division, 12th Corps. Whew. And there's one more plaque over here. I said I was going to put my gloves on and I didn't. I'm feeling it. The Confederate force west of Chattanooga Creek after dark. Yeah, it's the whole story of the battle. Alright, the sun feels nice. Alright, let's go up here. Real time. Woo! Oh yeah. Wow, that's amazing. In detail. This entire monument is the story of all the battles. 12 Army Corps. All the infantries, all the divisions listed. All New York. A lot of people from New York. Oh man. Gotta put them gloves on. Alright. Gloves are on. Should have done that sooner. Woo! Really windy and cold up here. Alright, so looks like I'm gonna walk a little down the hill here to the point. Got 2 cannon over this overlook. Check out that rock right there. Like that pedestal. And the river. Breathtaking. So if it were not winter, there would be leaves on these trees. I'm cold, can't talk. And it would actually obstruct the view a little bit. Snapped a picture here. Look at that with a cannon and the river. Downtown Chattanooga. Pretty gnarly. Whew. Let's read this sign here. Let's see what it says. Garrity's Alabama Battery. 2 10-pounder Parrots, 2 12-pounder Napoleons, Major Alfred R. Courtney's Artillery Battalion. Just goes into detail. Here's some of the rocks. I believe we saw a picture of some of the soldiers right here upon these rocks. This might be where General Ulysses S. Grant was standing in that photograph we saw back there. I mean, what a vantage point. No wonder they built a military fort up here. The sun is shining down upon Chattanooga right now. You can hear the interstate. It's impressive. So I guess, okay, there's monuments all the way down there. Look at that. It's part of the park. Okay, there's a sign down here. It says Ochs Museum. Okay. New York Monument up there. Yeah, we're gonna go down these stairs here. Down these steps. OCHS Museum, this way. It's quite a path. Check out this rock formation here. We're actually gonna climb right there. There's a set of steps. You can see the railing peeking out. It says right here, Cherokee geology, more imaginative though less scientific, the Cherokee Indian explanation for the existence of the mountains and valleys of East Tennessee. In quotes, "At first the earth was flat and very soft and wet. The animals were anxious to get down from above the Gulanti beyond the arch, and sent out different birds to see if it was dry. But they found no place to alight and come back again to Gulanti. At last it seemed to be time, and they sent out the great buzzard, the father of all buzzards we see now. He flew all over the earth, low down near the ground, and it was still soft. When he reached the Cherokee country, he was very tired, and his wings began to flop and strike the ground, and wherever they struck the earth, there was a valley, and where they turned up, again, there was a mountain. When the animals above saw this, they were afraid that the whole world would be mountains. So they called him back, but the Cherokee country remains full of mountains to this day." I don't know how far I want to go down the mountain, but we're going to go down quite a bit. It says stay on the trail right here. Do not go up there. I'm sure people have. Oh yeah, here it is. As we saw in the photo back there, the point. Wow, this is kind of spooky. Check out these big rocks here all piled up. And we'll go inside. I think it's open. Oh yeah. Those are gigantic. Hopefully it's a little warmer over here. A break in the wind. Yeah, feels good. Wow. Lookout Valley and Browns Ferry. Oh my gosh, we got it all to ourselves. Incredible, dude. Holy cow. Now that's a view. Looks like the museum is open. That's going to be cool. A little warm up. Tennessee River and Moccasin Bend. Cool map here. Shows you Browns Ferry over here, which was a bridge. Raccoon Mountain, Chattanooga, of course. Here you go. Looks like Browns Ferry was right down in there. Right out there. The steamboat Chattanooga, shown here, loaded with sacks of grain, was hastily built by the Union forces to transport supplies on the Cracker Line. And right down there in the Tennessee River. Chattanooga. Whew, man, so cold. All right, is it open? Yes. Oh. Wow. Okay, it feels good to get in here and warm up. Wow, it's a nice museum. Just a little room here. Moccasin Bend. Okay, so Moccasin Bend National Archaeological District is this little kind of island out here amongst the Tennessee River, downtown Chattanooga. We'll take a look once we go back out. The peninsula located across the Tennessee River from Lookout Mountain is known as Moccasin Bend, named for the shape of the Indian moccasin shoe. Oh, okay. It does look like a shoe. Robert Michael Lynn, known professionally as Rowan, was a modest portrait painter from Clarendon, Ohio, who served in the Union Army as a photographer and cartographer under General George H. Thomas and on General Ulysses S. Grant's staff. Following the Battle of Missionary Ridge, Rowan's artistic eye saw the potential for photographing the majestic view from the top of Lookout Mountain. That's him on the rock. There's a ton of photographs here. Check it out. I think that's Ulysses S. Grant right there. Right here on Lookout Mountain. Look at them just like hanging out on the ledge there. It's pretty crazy. Ooh. Kind of scary. DCA Merrill photographer, Mansfield, Ohio. There's that picture we saw with Ulysses S. Grant. pretty crazy photos. This is not AI for sure. Yeah, look at all these guys. Wow. Yeah, pretty amazing. It's missing there. Lookout Mountain, someone wrote on that. These are just blown up photographs. This one's got like a border on it. Oh, this is cool. I like this one. He's just holding the flag there. Whew. There's the moccasin. Oh yeah, I totally see it now. All right, so Missionary Ridge, according to this map, is way out there. So let's see if I can match it up. Way out in there, Missionary Ridge. I'm sure there's a monument down there somewhere. I mean, that's miles away. Actually, it's right here. This ridge right here, that's Missionary Ridge. I'm sure there's a park or a monument right out there. Actually, I think it's right there. And then General Bragg's headquarters, Confederate General Bragg, is about right out in there on that ridge. All right, keep in mind, Missionary Ridge right out here. Undaunted Union infantry fought their way to the crest. On November 25th, 1863, the Union Army under Major General Ulysses S. Grant made its final moves to destroy the Confederate forces on Missionary Ridge. The long ridge in the distance. Following unsuccessful attacks on the left and right, Grant ordered Major General George H. Thomas's troops in the center to seize the Confederate rifle pits at the base of the ridge. The Federals stormed the rifle pits and drove the retreating Confederates up the slopes. Then, under heavy fire from above and without orders, the Union infantry pushed ahead up the ridge. The Confederates, outnumbered and in a poor defensive position, abandoned the ridge and retreated into Georgia. The Union victory on Missionary Ridge left Chattanooga firmly in the Union hands and set the stage for Major General William T. Sherman's advance against Atlanta in the spring. Sherman's March. And last summer, I actually visited Tunnel Hill, Georgia, where Sherman camped out a few nights before he made his march through that Civil War tunnel and on to Atlanta. Check out that old video if you want to check out more of that history. That would have happened right after the battles here on Lookout Mountain. Look back the way we came before we get out of here. Check out this rock. I think that's the rock the dude was standing on in the photo. That's amazing. Yeah, he was standing right up there. The photo would have been taken from down there on that rock though. It's a different angle. Looks like we can walk out, go up the hill this other way. Okay, I'm gonna head out this way. All right, made it back up. Check it out. Got the New York Monument up the hill. I'm going to go around the north side on my way back to the entrance. Got one heck of a rock here. We can't climb out on it. There's a railing. There's a rail. Ooh, yeah, this is a great view. Cool. Oh man, whatever you do, don't look down, as Adam would say. I know he's been up here. Oh wow, okay, this might be the best view yet. So this is Lookout Valley. You are looking across Lookout Valley and the flat top ridges of the Cumberland Plateau. The morning of November 24th, Union General Hooker's troops crossed Lookout Creek opposite the present railroad yard in the valley. So yeah, right out there, you can see the railroad yard of the tracks. This was blocked any further advance in the mountaintop. Facing north to your right, the line next moved forward along the slope to attack the lightly held Confederate defenses. The advance cleared the creek bank of Confederate, it's so windy and cold, Confederate pickets. More Union soldiers crossed to join the attack, the total attacking force reaching 8,000. Walthall's brigade was driven back around Point Lookout, losing 900 to 1,500 men, and the battle. Whew. Battle of Lookout Valley. Dude. Yeah, that wind is fierce. It's coming this direction, that's why. Look out. That's a really great view, beautiful. We're almost back up to the front of Point Park. Some buildings over here, look at this. It's all part of the park. Looks like maintenance. Some of the offices. This is a really amazing national monument and park. Really great views. $10. Totally worth it. You don't have to take the incline. You can drive all the way up here. Although, you probably want to come when it's a little warmer. But, if you can bear the cold, you can get an experience like this one. Especially during the middle of the week. Pretty much had the park all to myself. Worth it. Worth the cold. Alright, we made it to the front. About to exit. I'm going to take advantage of the restroom over there. In the gift shop. Let's check it out. Lookout Mountain. Whatever you do, don't look down. They also have plenty of parking over here. I noticed they use the Park Mobile app. You can park all the way around this driveway. In the center, there's a park out here with picnic tables. Really nice heated restrooms. I'm back. Oh man, that was great to warm up. Looks like I could enter the gift shop right here through the side door. Oh wow, nice. Cool. Looks like there's also more of the museum over here. Exhibition. Check out this banner. There's the battle right there. And check out this painting. We've got Sheridan, Grant, and Sherman. Sherman, Grant, Sheridan. Beautiful portrait here. It looks like artist David H. Anderson. He painted this in 1904. And up above the painting it says, the fact that 150,000 men with all the appliances of war have struggled for the possession of these mountains and rivers gives a solemn interest to the scene. From the diary of Brigadier General John Beatty describing Missionary Ridge. Into the exhibit, 13 by 30 mural of Lookout Mountain. Wow. All kinds of history and timelines to read. Also, touchscreen view. Okay, this is cool. Images of the Civil War. Newspaper. Oh yeah, this is neat. Very interactive. Program is slightly delayed. Press button. Narration will begin shortly.
Before you is the painting, The Battle Above the Clouds. Military artist James Walker was commissioned by General Joseph Hooker to paint this battle scene depicting Hooker as a great military leader. Riding alongside commanding officers, Walker sketched the combat as it unfolded. After the battle, he returned to the site to paint detailed sketches. It is the morning of November 24th, 1863.
It was a cold, chilly day, and a misty rain falling, and we could not see very far up the mountain. Neither could the Rebs see us. Union Private David Bernard, 29th Pennsylvania Volunteer Infantry.
To distract Confederate attention from the troops that were preparing a sweep of the mountainside, Hooker led his Union soldiers in a demonstration immediately prior to the Battle of Lookout Mountain. Witnessing this massing of troops, a Confederate soldier reported,
"Just at dawn, I saw several batteries being moved out near the creek, as if threatening to attempt a crossing in our front. The enemy moved up the creek and crossed at its source. Our whole brigade only numbered about 1,500 men, while the whole of Hooker's corps was rapidly advancing upon us." Confederate Colonel William F. Dowd, 24th Mississippi Volunteer Infantry.
Hooker is shown in the center of the painting, sitting atop a white horse, directing artillery fire on Confederate emplacements at the base of Lookout Mountain.
Hooker.
During the day, fog on the slope of the mountain hid the fighting from those below, giving rise to the name, the Battle Above the Clouds.
Hooker's operations were not visible to us except in moments when the clouds would rise. but the sound of his artillery and musketry was heard incessantly. Union Major General Ulysses S. Grant.
Our fire was delivered in continuous volleys, and with walls of steel, colors and men were over the works and hand to hand disputed the enemy's possession of them. Union Brigadier General John Geary, Hooker's 12th Corps.
After a day of fierce fighting, Confederate troops retreated after dark, and troops under Hooker's command took the top of Lookout Mountain the next morning without opposition, and later contributed to the overall Union success at Missionary Ridge.
All right, that was a great time. They got a nice little gift shop in there, a nice little museum. Make sure you stop in and check out all the history on the walls. There was so much to read. For sale. I wonder how much this house is. They've got one heck of a view. Wow, look at that. There's like a carport or a, oh, wow, it's like a landing out there so they can look out off of Lookout Mountain. I can imagine how much this costs. Someone's gonna look it up. So I learned something inside there that I did not know about the Civil War. The Confederates named their armies after the states, and the Union, the North, named their armies after the regional rivers. So it used an example. There was a Union Army of the Tennessee named after the Tennessee River, and there was a Confederate Army of Tennessee named after the state. I did not realize that. That makes sense. I heard something over there. Maybe it's haunted. Comes with ghosts. And look at that. You can see the train. Wow. You don't realize how steep it is until you see it from this angle. That's pretty crazy. And from across the street, a look at the incline station at the top of Lookout Mountain. Sun just kicked up a little bit right there. It feels so nice. This is a really nice neighborhood up here. I can only imagine. These houses are multi-million-dollar homes. Cold. It's cold. All right, back in the gift shop. Check this out. They have replicas of Civil War era weapons. Like you can purchase this musket for $450. Made it back out to the train. Looks like I'm going to be taking track 2 down the mountain. Came up track 1. Going to be taking track 2 down. And we're moving. Sitting a little higher up
For your
this time.
safety and the safety of those around you, we ask that you remain seated the entire time this car is in motion. Please enjoy your ride down the mountain.
There we go.
America's most amazing mile. The incline railway will travel from an altitude of 2,100 feet above sea level at a speed of 600 feet per minute, straight down the face of Lookout Mountain to the Chattanooga Valley below. The grade of the track at the steepest point is 72.7%, giving the incline railway the unique distinction of being the steepest passenger railway in the world.
I'm not going to record the whole thing
The
this
car
time.
which you are on November 24th, 1863, the first of
Halfway
many
down.
cannonballs fired from Union batteries began smashing around and into the house. The long-awaited Union Army attack on Lookout Mountain. Thank you for visiting the Lookout Mountain Incline Railway.
No problem.
Please take your time and enjoy the incline's lower station, especially close
See my
to
car.
There are also many unique shops and dining options in historic St. Elmo within a short walk.
There's one of the old
On
incline
behalf of
trains.
all
We'll check
Park
that out.
employees, please enjoy your stay in Chattanooga.
All right, we made it. If you just wanted to ride up and ride right back down, you have the chance, or you can do that, but I don't recommend it. It's a great way to see Lookout Mountain. Quite an adventure that way. What'd you guys think? What was your favorite part? Did I miss something? I don't live too far from here, which is blowing my mind right now. I just drove 2 hours to get here this morning, and I look forward to doing that again sometime. Also, we've got Rock City. We've got a lot of things in Chattanooga that we've got to explore together. Much ahead. All right, I think this is the 4th gift shop of the vlog, if I'm counting the Moon Pie store. Oh yeah. Hello. Hello. Oh, this would be nice. Been putting together jigsaw puzzles at home. I am going to buy, this looks like a sponge, but I think it's an ornament. And I got the ornament. Came with this cool bag, Lookout Mountain, Tennessee. A souvenir right there itself. A freebie with my purchase. Came out to $18.56 out the door with tax. Gonna hang that ornament on our Christmas tree next year. Chris, the girl, and I buy ornaments throughout the year. It's more so her tradition, but places that we go, and then we celebrate them each Christmas by putting the attractions ornaments on the tree. And there's always a video. Chris typically does a whole video of the decoration of our Christmas tree every year, so check that out. This looks like the previous generation of the Incline Railway. Perhaps if you're watching this video, if you've been out here before, maybe you've ridden inside this train car. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I am back in the parking lot about 100 yards from my car. Thank you so much for watching. Again, please give the video a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe below if it's your first time. As I always say, there's much ahead, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Know you're awesome, know you're loved, and no matter who you are or what you're going through, just know that there's always much ahead. Right here in Chattanooga City and beyond. Rock City. I'm ready to rock steady in Rock City. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Be good to each other. Take care of yourselves. And smile. Don't know where I was going with that. Be awesome. You are awesome. Bye-bye.